were some C-suite changes at Avaya.
Yes,
Big announcement that came out at I think maybe one of their shows. I don't know.
they're going into a show. So next week they have their big user conference Engage, and as you know, they're coming out of a restructuring that happened in May. They have around that time, I think, well, actually about a year ago, they got a new CEO during that restructuring, and so they just hired a CFO, a chief product officer, and a CMO. So they brought on some heavy hitters. Um, I actually spoke with Alan Masrick, who's pictured there, who's the CEO, who all of these people will be reporting to. And he said, this is a pretty strong statement coming out of restructuring. He said there is not a company in their space that he would trade balance sheets with. And I think, that's a pretty strong statement that the company they're strong. They have some announcements coming out at Engage that they'll be making. They're making some moves. That they've admittedly made some mistakes on just not moving their roadmap fast enough, but they've brought on some strong people. And you say this a lot, Pat. Like, really, you can tell the strength of a company by their leadership. And Alan is clearly a strong leader, and he's brought in some really strong co-leaders now. And so I'm really excited to see what this company does.
Are you attending the event?
I am not going to be there in person. I'll be doing some virtual. Is in Orlando, and I think they have like 3,000 something more, but all users that will be there. Jose Andres, the chef, is going to be there, so I kind of wish I was going to be there.
Wow, how about that?
I know, isn't that cool? So yeah, scheduling just didn't work out, but I will be attending some things, and yeah, I'm just excited to see where this goes. I mean, they have a really long history. If you just look at it on paper, they've had two restructurings in the last 5-6 years. So some reputational work to do, but they're doing the work, and it's it'll be a good one to see. I think they're a leader in the space. Those kinds of mistakes, when you look at from a pure financial perspective, like that's painful. But if you look at it from a product standpoint, if you can separate those two, which you can't really in theory, but if you look at it from a product standpoint and happy customers and versus happy investors, those are two different stories. They now need to merge those two stories.
Interesting. Yeah. Senior management and understanding the quality of them is a huge part of my research methodology. It's not everybody's. Some people, I look at the products, I look at the core value proposition and how differentiated it is, how they treat their customers and do their R&D. But yeah, I get a pretty good sense out of that.